Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CGMA FLP Open Day by Nanaska. If I'm audible and visible to you all, can you drop a yes on the chat? Perfect. Welcome, one and all, on this special event. We will take you through what FLP is, the benefits you will obtain by following this route and completing your CIMA examinations. Tonight, you'll be embarking on the journey on what FLP is by Mr. Channa sir himself, and you'll also hear from a couple of students and their testimonials. And I will guide you through how the registration, the payment structure, and the rest of the details or any other queries you will have. So before we move ahead, I'd like to share a little bit about what Nanaska is. So give me a few minutes, give me a few seconds. I hope you all can see the video and hear it.
At Nanaska, we are all about living our best lives and growing into the finest versions of ourselves. We are big on positivity and encourage many individuals from different walks of life achieve their personal goals and navigate through their careers with ease. We have been doing this since 2009 as one of the leading Cima registered tuition providers in Sri Lanka. And it's not just Sri Lankan students who come here. Nanaska attracts students from all over the world and is home to a wide plethora of CIMA graduates who have emerged as industry leaders over the years. Whether you're a school graduate, a mid-level professional, or even an executive leader, Nanaska opens its doors to anyone who's driven to learn. We understand the need for a holistic learning experience, which is why our panel of lecturers include industry leaders and experts who are exposed to daily, real life corporate settings. Our lecturers come from some of Sri Lanka's leading organizations and are highly capable of providing accurate and relevant industry insights. Every student is provided one-on-one lessons, mock exams, past papers, and access to a comprehensive library, providing adequate exposure to CIMA and all its learnings with ease. Nanaska offers an innovative learning management system. This means that not only are all lectures conducted online, but they are also recorded to help students easily access crucial lecture material at any time from anywhere. Located in the heart of Colombo, the Study Center at Nanaska comes with a fully fledged library consisting of exclusive CIMA materials. Nanaska is here for the long haul. We want to see you climb the echelons of the business world, and you can do exactly that with Nanaska Connect. Every student is provided with this exclusive program to help secure their corporate journeys, granting access to a wide network of industries and employment opportunities. We understand the need for education by professionals of all standings. Under the guidance and tutelage of our founder, Mr. Channa Gunavardhana, we have delivered CIMA to local and international prize-winning students for over a decade. Since 2009, Nanaska has grown from having 5 students to over 4,000 CIMA students with a rapidly growing number of student admissions each year. Joining Nanaska from all corners of the world, our students stand as a testament to what can be achieved by choosing Nanaska as your trusted partner in completing your CIMA education. Well, what are you waiting for? Embark on your Nanaska journey today.
And there you have it, my friends. That is a little bit of introduction on what Nanaska really is. So we'll just have to wait for a few minutes until we hear from Mr. Channa sir himself. Before that, I'd like to give a little bit of introduction on what CGMA FLP is. Now, FLP is a completely different route route compared to the traditional route. In the traditional route, you will have to go through and sit for the OTQ examinations as well as the case studies. In that route, you will have to go and sit for the exams, complete them. Either you have to sit for 1.5 hours on the exam center, and you will have to pass those exams to go ahead. And there is a risk where some of the students may pass or may not fail, but if you fail, you have to pay for the exam and do it again. So that risk is not there if you do it on the FLP route. So how it works on the FLP route is once you start from the operational level, the subjects that you have, E1, P1, and F1, those subjects will be self-knowledge checks. There'll be self-assessments where you have to learn the theory and do a few tests at the end of the subject to check your knowledge, and then you can progress on. I will also share a presentation on what the FLP platform looks like, where every student who registers for FLP will be given a platform by Cima. You will have a dashboard, and in that dashboard, you will have an access to the subjects, the theory materials, the question kits, and also self-knowledge checks and assessments. However, in addition to that, if you do FLP with Nanaska, we will provide you coaching on how to ace those knowledge checks, how to ace those competencies, and also how to complete them in due time and sit for the case study. Now, if you go through the FLP route, you won't have to sit for 12 exams, because in the traditional route, you have 12 examinations, which is 3 exams OTQs per level, and you have 3 case studies. So there's a total of 9 OTQs and 3 case studies. But in FL period, that is exempted. And now to tell you more about this and to go into detail, I'd like to invite on screen our founder and lead lecturer, Mr. Channa sir himself. Sir, you're audible and visible. The screen is yours.
Thank you. Hi guys, can someone confirm you can see me and hear me? Just say yes if you can see me and hear me. Super. Okay. Now, so just to go very brief about the FLP program. Uh, so as Shabir was saying, in Cima there are 3 different levels: operational, managerial, strategic. Each level has 3 theory subjects and 1 case study. So 3 different levels. Each level has 3 theory subjects and a case study, which means 9 theory subjects in total and 3 case studies. Theory subjects are kind of pure theory subjects, but the weightage of the theory subject has come down in Cima, and the depth of the theory also has come down in Cima. Now, if you look at 10 years ago, Cima also went into detailed theory knowledge for the participants. But in last 5-6 years, Cima has decided there is no need to go into detail of the theories. The reason being, the argument is this: when I was teaching for Cima theory subject, when I was teaching for Cima theory subjects, we used to go into quite a detail of it. So if you take any topic, if you take a topic like activity-based costing or marginal costing, whatever the topic is, we used to teach the theory, and we used to do few questions from that theory, few calculations from that theory. On the exam day, there were calculations that were tested. If there is a certain method available, if there are 6 steps available in that, we get the participant to memorize the whole 6 steps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They should be able to say that to pass the exam. Cima said that's not needed. Cima said that's not needed. What Cima said was, look here, you don't need to do that, because you should know that there's a theory like that. You should know when to use it. That's all. So detailed theory, detailed calculations are not needed. You should know that there's a theory. You should know when to use it. So Cima's argument is, when you started to work, you should realize, wow, there's a theory that can be applicable here, but you don't know the details of the theory. You can Google and find the details of the theory. But when you try to learn too much about the theories, you are going to memorize it. That's not going to be helpful. So therefore, the weightage of the theory subjects have come down. Instead, three solid three solid case studies: operational level case study, management level case study, strategic level case study, where a certain background knowledge of the theory is required. But having a detailed theory knowledge is not required. Having a detailed theory knowledge, you can't answer those questions because the questions were very, very practical questions. And some of those questions are based on some theoretical background, but most of the questions are very practical. So that's what the three case studies were there for. Recently, Cima said, hold on, you can get the membership by doing the three case studies. But for you to pass the three case study, there's some theory knowledge required, but not a detailed knowledge required at all. So Cima's argument was, why don't you just do the three case studies and pass? So FLP is a program where 9 theory subjects that is available. You don't need to do exams. For 9 theory subjects, no exams available. You just need to do 3 case studies and pass. For the 9 theory subjects, there's a self-assessment available. Self-assessment is there's a system. You go study the core areas. There are questions asked. You answer the question. No control, no exams. As long as you study, you can come and do the 3 case studies. So this is much easier, much faster for you to get the Cima membership. It's much easier, much faster for you to get the Cima membership. I work at Dankoto Porcelain. I work at the Dankoto Porcelain as the CEO for Dankoto Porcelain. What kind of people do we need to take to ensure organization is success? Not the people who memorize theories, but the teams who can manage a very ground level practical situation very well. So Cima is producing that. Now, by memorizing a lot of theories, by spending hours and hours working till late night, you can't pass Cima now. Cima is not interested in your whether you have memorized a lot of things. Cima is only interested in whether you can resolve day-to-day, real day-to-day problems. If you can, then you can pass 3 case studies, you can get the membership. So I have seen being the CEO of Dankoto Porcelain, these are the kind of people that we need. I work as a consultant for a few other companies where I get involved at the time of recruitment. That's the kind of people that we need. So Cima's objective is to build a better CEO. Cima's objective is not to build a hardcore financial accountant. No calculations are there at all. In all 3 case studies, no calculations are there. We are not looking for anyone who can do the calculations faster. No, we are not. We are looking at someone who can manage day-to-day business issues. So I get involved with Cima a lot. I'm on the Cima Global Council. We do meet in London. Most meetings are in London. Some are in the rest of the countries. We do meet in London to evaluate. So I have seen the direction that Cima is taking. So even if you try to do the 3 theories, even if you try to do the 3 case studies, I do teach for the 100% of the last case study, which is a strategic level case study. I do teach 100% of the second case study, which is the management level case study. I teach a little in the first case study, which is the operational level case study. And what do I do? Whilst I teach for the strategic level case study and management level case study, I mostly share my experience as the CEO. What kind of things I do face, how do we resolve them? I try to share my experience in the journey to become CEO. What kind of things that we have resolved. So those are the questions that are there actually on the exam day as well. Those are the questions actually there on the exam day as well. So it's a very practical paper. That's why for you to teach this subject, strategic level and management level, you need to have the experience of working as a CEO. That is what will give you the value addition. So we do have sessions for the 3 case studies. The sessions are in the weekend. They're live sessions. So you can ask questions, clarify. If you miss a lecture, no harm. The recorded versions are available for you to go and check at any time. Of course, during the week, we'll send some videos for you to watch. I do agree that you guys are working professionals. You don't have much time, therefore, I'm not going to send you 20-page document for you to read. I will do a 1 hour video on that 20-page document, highlighting the key things. I may ask you to read 1 page, but not more than that. So I realize that you guys are working or busy, but we have structured in our course to support people like you, to support people like you. Uh, so in very brief, this is what finance leadership program is. In very brief, this is what FLP is, right? So in my first session, I just want to take a little time for you to give a very brief, which is 10 minutes, and after that we will, I'm sure there'll be questions that you would like to ask, so we can kind of answer the questions that are there. So very brief, this is an easier way to pass. There are many people who are completing this 3 case studies within 1 year. There are many people who are doing that. Even if you go into our Nanaska Facebook page, you will be able to say the examples of some example of the people who completed all 3 exams in 1 year's time. So it's a great opportunity available for all of you. Compared to in our times where we had to do 16 subjects one by one, each subject is for 3 hours for us to get the Cima membership. You guys are lucky with the pathway of FLP. You guys are lucky because this catered into the real world requirement rather than building someone who can memorize things, building someone who can just cram things and go and repeat them. The questions are very much practical day-to-day questions. They will never ask a question, what do you mean by value chain? No. They will ask how we can add more value to the customers. They will say, look here, one of the directors is not interested in an idea. How do you go and convince him? You are trying to buy a company and they are not willing to sell it. How do you think you can negotiate with him? How do you think you can get him to agree to sell the company to you? So very practical questions are the ones that you will be seeing in the 3 case studies, right? So I think it's a great opportunity. You can join with us. I will ensure the classes are little fun. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Unless job is fun, job is not. Unless the job is fun, you're not satisfied. You're not going to do a great job. So doing exams is the same. Unless it's fun, you won't do a good job. So let's ensure that it has little fun, uh, and it's relaxed, enjoyable sessions. So we can ensure you pass. So this is the very basic initial introduction for 10 minutes, right? Can you please type your questions? So I'm sure based on questions we can take you to the next level. Shabir is here. Shabir will give an update on the cost side of it because it's a 1 year license that you need to take. When you take the 1 year license, you pay for everything with that fee, which include the exam fees, which includes the class fees, tuition fees, everything. One fee that you need to pay. But that's applicable only for 1 year. So you should try to complete everything in 1 year's time. If you do not, depending on the level that you are in after 1 year, you need to make another payment. So you should try to complete it 1 year's period. So Shabir will advise you on the cost. And I'm sure we have some programs with the banks where you can take a loan from them, where you can pay the bank over a period of time. These options are available. So cost side, let Shabir explain it to you. Any administration matters, also Shabir will explain to you on the dates of registration, the process and all that. I'm here to help you with the kind of the technical side of it, right? Technical side of it, exam side of it, how you can get the membership. I mean, Cima is evolving on day-to-day basis. Cima is evolving on day-to-day basis. Uh, so it's an interesting organization for you to be associated with. It's an interesting organization for you to be associated with. Cima is setting very high standard, and Cima is pushing hard to achieve those standards. So when you're part of Cima, I'm sure you will get that culture into your mind. I'm sure you will get that benefit. So I will ensure if you join the course, you become a better person, better CEO, because you'll realize how you should look at a company. The way I used to look at a company is, okay, you look at the organization and argue, uh, how can we double the profit? How can we double the profit? That's what it is all about. That's what we have done at Dankudu. We have doubled the profit or tripled the profit compared to what it was, right? So that's my initial brief, and based on the questions that you would like to ask, let's try to answer some of the questions that is available. So then, I'm sure by answering those questions, we'll be able to make uh, the rest of the things clearer for you. So let me start answering some of the questions that came up. So I have registered and paid last time. Due to Cima platform issue, I couldn't get the FLP platform. So nothing much to worry. You will be able to get it now. I think you can get it for the November exams. You can get it. I don't think there's any issue for you, unless you tell me that you have a kind of a specific matter. Where I used to sit for the case studies? Is it Cima head office? No. Cima case studies can be even done from your house. In the sense, there are very much restrictions available. You can do the exams being at home. So they will kind of so that's the beauty of Cima in a way, because what they will is they will ask you to have a room. No one else can be there, but you can have a cupboard. You can have anything inside the room. That's fine, right? You don't need to clean the room for that, right? But you need to switch on your video, show the entire room, under the table, whether there's anyone in the room, and there is someone who is watching you for the entire 3 hours. So there are restrictions available, right? Let's say you're doing exams. While you do exams, if you do like this and read the paper on the screen, the guy who is watching you will say, please take your hands out, because they're worried whether you're talking to someone. So they're watching you for the entire 3 hours. So you can do the exams at home. If not, you can go to the exam center. It's not at the Cima office, but there are exam centers available. Did I answer that question enough? I hope I have answered that question enough, right? I hope I answered the question from Gal. Gal, you're okay, right? If not, let me know. How many credits allowed to this FLP pathway? Nothing to call credits. When you do the FLP pathway, you will be getting the Cima membership, like in the traditional method. Like in the traditional method. So there's no. This is the same Cima that will be offered for you, right? So I have completed AAT. What subjects are the exemption? Shabir, you will need to help with that. Shabir, will you be able to write down those questions so you can answer them at one time? Uh, Shabir, the question from MR Mohammed, which is uh, the Mohammed has completed a. Okay, so Shabir said yes. So I'm sure Shabir will go through that. Any prerequisite knowledge that you recommend we have before we start the program? I have mathematics and economics background, so any recommendation on what to know before you pursue the FLB program? Uh, Chehan, everything that you need to know, I will be doing in my sessions. As I said, there are some theory knowledge required, but I don't generally ask you to go through that theory knowledge, Chehan, because I'll be doing the theory knowledge part as well. So technically speaking, you don't need to do anything. Technically speaking, you don't need to do anything, right? Technically speaking, you don't need to do anything. Uh, Chan, are you clear on that? So you can just join and we will kind of go through it. If you really want, I can give you some ideas to go through, but I don't think it will be effective, because I will be doing, so you can ask questions, clarify things and all that. Are case studies at exam center conducted online or written? No written exams in the entire Cima now. No written exams at all. You will not get a pen to write. You will not get a paper to write. Everything is online. So either you do it from your home or you go to exam center. Either way, it is the same. Either way, it is the same. So there are few questions coming up. I joined little later. Now only have to do 3 case study for Cima membership, please. Yes, Nirasha. You don't need to do the 9 theory subjects. They are they are not exam based. You need to do only self assessment. for those 9 subjects, no exams. You need to do 3 case studies, for which I teach for the last 2 case studies. Uh, so basically, you're right. Okay. I was going through this website and came across the fees in USD. What are the differences? Uh, Gail, uh, the fees you are referring to. So let's see what Shabir is going to say on that. Let's see what Shabir is going to say on that, and we'll take it up from there, right? So I'm a banker, don't have finance background. That will not be a problem at all, Dinesh. Now, I don't want to ask you which bank, but then there are 2 banking CEOs went through the program with me. 2 private bank CEOs in Sri Lanka went through the program with us. There are a lot of people from the banking. So one of the banks, 2 CEOs did it. Chief information officer of one bank did it. Chief digital officer of a bank did it. I don't know to give the names, but a lot of people are doing it outside the finance background now. Last time we had chief marketing officer of insurance company who did the program with us. Uh, so it's Cima is not about hardcore accounting. So it's not about, of course, it's accounting based, finance based. So you learn some core accounting. Don't worry about it. You will learn about how to value a business. But it's not hardcore financing. Dinesh, are you clear on that? Or any other questions on that? Dinesh, are you clear? How long the case study exam? 6 weeks. How long classes for one case study? 6 weeks. It's for 6 weeks, Nirasha. We will do the sessions mostly in the weekend, but during the week, there are some sessions available in the night after the first 2 weeks. That's kind of required to complete the work. But the total time duration is basically 6 weeks. Sir, I have finished BA 1, 2, 3. I have failed BA 4. I just want to finish it and join FLP program. Can I continue with you for BA 4? You can do that. BA 4 is a easy thing. You can do it on your own. If you need any support, we can give that. Or you can join the sessions as well. So Avanta, I'm sure most of it you can do it on your own. But if you need any support, I'm sure Shabir will be able to give you a little support. I completed E2 only OTQ method long time ago. So this time I have completed other 2 competences only and MCS. Or do I need to do E2 again? Not at all. I mean, okay, so look at this question. This question from Fazil. Rashni is interesting. I completed E2 only. OTQ method long time ago. So this time I have to complete other 2 competencies only. Yes, you don't need to do any of the other exams. You don't need to do any of the other exams. Since you have done E2 before, you don't need to do even the self-assessment. You don't need to do even the self-assessment. Right? So Chehan, you need to confirm to me that you are clear of what I said or anything else to be asked. Okay. I have very little baby. I cannot join sessions on weekdays. Only free time is after midnight to 3 a.m. Hope it is okay with the recorded video. Yeah. With the recorded video, it's fine. So recorded videos you can watch at any time. But if you want, Gaya, maybe during the weekend you agree a time. But then we can kind of have a chat of, if the videos are not clear, you can ask questions on the next weekend. If you especially need, we can do a help. We can maybe do a call for half an hour during the weekend to see whether how we can help you. So we'll be flexible. Don't worry about it. This might be a dumb question, but just curious, how recognized is this new FLP program globally? FLP program is the way that Cima is pushing. Cima is not pushing the traditional pathways now. So I was in the global council meetings in June first week, if I'm not mistaken. Cima FLP is the way forward. So as long as Cima is recognized, FLP will be recognized. We'll try my best on the weekends. So yeah, of course, when you start, there'll be some issues. You can't join all the classes. So don't worry, recorded lectures are there. And if there is any area that you need to clarify, we can help you as well. How many assessment we have to complete? So 3 exams, OCS, MCS, SCS, 3 exams, 9 self-assessment. Self-assessments are not exams, but of course we do support on the self-assessment as well. We do support on the self-assessment as well. But you're asking assessment, so I hope you're asking about exams. 3 different exams, rest are self-assessment. 3 different exams and rest are self-assessment. MCS and SCS, do we get hard copy of the case study, or is it online just like the questions? On the exam day, you will not get a hard copy of anything. Pre-scene is available. Pre-scene is available for you to go through online in the platform. You don't get no hard copies. No hard copies is given. Hi Anali, just let me know what the question is. What's the correct Cima website? Second one should look like the correct Cima website. First one, I don't think is the correct website. I think www.cimaglobal.com is the right website. www.cimaglobal.com is the right website. Shabir, will you able to send a message here reconfirming it? Reconfirming it. Right? Sorry, AICPA Cima is the right website. AICPA Cima is the first one, does not look like the right website. Second one does look like the right website. Pass rates, can I say about 60% of the people have passed so far? 50% of the 60% of the people have passed so far. Can we have a copy of the pre-scene during the exams? Yes. However, we don't encourage you to go, and you don't have time to go and read the entire pre-scene. So when you join, what do we do with you? On the very first day or the second day, we ensure you are familiar with the pre-scene. That is what I call KYP. KYP and KYI. KYP is know your pre-scene. KYI is know your in-brushing. First thing that I work with you is to help you to understand the pre-scene. You're not going to read the pre-scene on your own. I'll teach it. I'll give you the update on the in-brushing. So you should be thorough before you go to the exam. Of course, on the exam day, you can refer it. Suddenly you can't remember something, you can go and check it, but you don't have time to read it, right? Obviously, it's 3-hour exams, right? Mirasha, how much do we have to score in self-assessment? Nothing like that, right? I mean, if you answer the basic question, that's okay. And you can go and do it again if you want. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. I was told only have to do MCS and SCS. Can we pass? Will there be jobs for the people over 40? I mean, I don't know how you look at it, but job market is, Cima is recognized all over the world. Cima is recognized all over the world. Age, I don't know. I don't think 40 is a restriction. I of course can't say 40 is a restriction because I am above that and I expect to do my job for many more years as well. So, sir, I have partially completed operational level and discontinued Cima in 2011. I have not paid subscription since 2011. With the change of website, my previous login is not active. Considering that issue and the possible area of payment of subscription, is it possible me to re-register as a new student using a separate email address? No, I don't think you should do that. Shabir will need to reconfirm. The unpaid subscription, I don't think they will charge when you go for the FLP. I'm just saying what I think. Shabir will reconfirm now. Unpaid subscription, I don't think you need to pay when you go for the FLP program. Shabir, will you be able to make some comments here on that? Once we complete FLP program, is there a difference, or we can apply the same accountant pressure? There's no difference between FLP and Cima. FLP is a pathway that is given by Cima. So there's no difference in terms of the qualification. It's the same qualification, right? It's just the same qualification. You will be considered as a lab student and taken as a new student on the FLP program. We can check with Cima. Okay. So Shabir has responded it. Considered as lab student and taken as a new student. So then I think your question is answered there. I think your question is answered there, so that should be okay. Okay, I have answered all the questions so far. Shabir, uh, did I answer all the questions so far? Daniel, are there 9 self-assessment for the 9 subjects or one assessment covering all 9? 9 separate self-assessment for the 9 subjects, right? But it's a self-assessment. It's not an exam. I completed my MBA from PIM. Very good, amazing place. I was teaching for the PIM MBA some time ago when Dr. Uttaliyanage was there. When Dr. Uttaliyanage was there, I was teaching for the PIM MBA. It's one of the best MBAs available without a doubt. Uh, and I don't know whether you know Dr. Uttaliyanage or not. I don't know whether you know Dr. You may have heard of Dr. Uttaliyanage. He's an amazing gentleman, lost for the country, coming back. Your subjects that you get exempt, Shabir is the best person to answer. You have learned marketing from Professor Lianage. Amazing. Uh, which one of the most recognized Cima or CMA Australia? So, are you looking at moving into Australia? Then CMA, not Cima, right? Cima is known in the entire world, but CMA is Australian qualification. CMA is Australian qualification, right? So if you are looking at Australia specifically, but then a lot of CIMA members now in Australia, and you need to see how you can complete CMA having done CIMA. I'm sure there are methods that are available after doing CIMA, but if you're looking at just one qualification, that's what it is. I completed MBA, diploma in banking. Further, I completed CIMA certificate level. Very good. Completed 3 OTQ exams well. In top of all, I have 15 years experience in private bank. Shall I get any exemption out of the 3 exams we are discussing here? Shabir. So for the MBA, I think both the questions are the same. For the MBA, what are the exemptions that is available? Yes, Shabir is saying yes, you will get. PIM MBA, you are going to get the details. That means you are going to get the details for the MBA for Nishant as well. For the Nishant as well. Can we do CPA here? We were trying to offer CPA Nanaska, but we are not finalized it. But you can do. Of course you can do. Of course you can do. Of course you can do. Right, Cima is known in rest of the world. Cima is known in the rest of the world. Either Cima Australia recognized in Sri Lanka as Cima. Either CMA Australia recognized in Sri Lanka as Cima. No. CMA Australia is entirely a different institute. CMA Australia is not known in Sri Lanka, but CMA has a branch office here. So that's a entirely different topic, which is not. I'm not very familiar, but I know they have some operations here. How about CIMA in Canada? I hope CIMA is fairly known in Canada because CIMA has got connected with AICPA, which is an institute from USA. So CIMA will be known in USA. So when you get the membership, you get AICPA CIMA. AICPA is well known in USA. So I'm sure you will be able to get that advantage. Dasun, can we get the same exception? What conventional CIMA qualification get example when applying for CA? Yes, there's no difference. There's no difference. CIMA, FLP are the same. What's the C? What is the C? So you get the title of you get the CGMA title now. You get the CGMA title. Okay, I hope you have answered most of the questions. Shabir, will you update us on the cost? Shabir, will you update us on the cost?
Yes, definitely. We'll take the through the cost and the rest of the procedure.
Yeah, so you can explain. I'll be here. I can just answer if there are any other question comes.
All
I'm
right.
here. I can answer any question comes, but you can explain the cost for the time being. So they'll absorb the cost. There may be more questions to answer. We'll do that.
All right. Let me just share my screen here so I can show you. So most of you all were asking about FLP and assessments. So to help you clear with how it works, let me guide you through the FLP portal. So every student who pays for FLP, you'll be given an access, which is the FLP portal. It will look something like this. This will be the dashboard given by Cima. Here is where you will get to test your skills and also do the knowledge checks that Channas was talking about. So how it's going to work, I will take you through each slide. So as you can see in the FLP portal, you will have a resource library given by Cima. They have more study materials for you. However, there's nothing for you to fear because with Nanaska, we will cover these more in depth as well. For example, let's say you're starting from the management level. This is how your dashboard would look like. We know at management level you have the three subjects E3, P3, F3. For example, let's take the E2, P2, F2. For example, let's take the E2 subject, project and relationship management. In that subject, you have four key areas that you need to pass, four key subsections within the subject. You have introduction to strategic management and assessment, the human aspects, management relationships, and managing change. So in that subject, you have four subtopics, and you have to do self-assessments of each of those topics to progress ahead. So how it's going to look, for example, if you go into one topic of the subject, you'll get like this. You'll get the theory in an entire page, and at the bottom of it, there will be a knowledge check, a small question, just like how would you receive on an exam when you go to the exam center where you sit for the MCQs and OTQs for your CIMA case for your CIMA exams. It will be similar like that. So you'll have to do roughly 10 to 15 questions per topic and you'll move ahead. And you can do it at any amount of time. There is no pass or fail. So you can get it checked. They'll also give a solution then and there for you. And you can attempt it again to test your knowledge and progress ahead. So keep in mind, you have to complete all the competencies to sit for the case study. That is very crucial. To repeat again, you have to complete all the competencies for each subject. That means you have to do all the knowledge checks given in that subject and the topics, and you have to get them right. And then you'll be able to book the case study exam. So that is how the FLP is structured. So most of the working professionals, they don't have a lot of time to do all the questions. So this is much more convenient for you to take your own time, own pace, sit for the subjects, do the knowledge check, do as much as you can, make your own plan, progress ahead. I hope that is clear. So how we can register with FLP and how you can do the payments, I will take you through four easy steps with Nanaska. Number one is register with Nanaska first. You can either scan the QR code on the screen to get the detail. You'll be directed to a Google form. You can fill in your details. We'll send you a brochure. We'll send you the class details and other payment details to your email. Or you can go and visit our Nanaska website, nanaska.com. There you will have FLP as on the tab. You can click on it. There'll be more details about FLP for you to make sure you have a firm knowledge and understanding about it. And at the bottom, you have a button to click on register. Once you fill in your details, you'll be getting, we'll be able to contact you and share any other queries you have. So number two, so step number two, most of you all had questions about exemptions. So to simply clarify and put it, yes, these are the levels that you'll be able to get your exemptions info. This is what we have been given by Cima as well. So there was a question given by MR Muhammad whether you're AAT qualified. Yes, you can start CIMA from the operation level. That means you have to do the operation level competencies for three subjects, E1, P1, F1, and you have to sit for the OCS exam. If you have a CA or if you're CA qualified, you might be able to start from the management or strategic level. And given your other exams, whether you have an MBA or a MBA, you would be able to start from the management level or even from strategic level. So what we do is from Nanaska, For every student that enrolls for FLP and who wants to claim the exemptions, it's very simple. You just share with us your certificates and transcripts. You share those copies to us. We will get it checked from Cima, which level you'll be able to get into, and we'll quickly communicate with you. Hi, congratulations, your exemptions have been approved, and you can start from this level. So when you go onto the FLP platform right now, it's a completely new platform that Cima has already updated. There, when you're registering in and subscribing for FLP, you'll have to re-upload again your documents. So these documents will be taken to the CIMA UK, where they will also reconfirm your entry point for FLP. I hope that is clear. And third is the payment. So as you all know, FLP works as a subscription basis where you have to purchase a 1 year license. Previously, this was offered at £2,400. Now, CIMA is offering it at 2,000, which I think is a great opportunity for all of you all to complete your CIMA exams, because this would roughly amount to 7.5 to 8 lakhs. But if you're going to do it from the traditional route, where most of you all have to start from the certificate level and complete until the strategy case study, it would cost you roughly 1.2 to 1.3 million. But given with FLP, you're also saving amount of money and also time there to complete your CIMA exams. So what is inclusive in this 1 year package of £2,000? In this package, you're covering your CIMA registration fee, your CIMA subscription fee, and for the registration fee, if you are a lab student, I think there was a question given that your account was inactive for quite some time. No problem. Once you make the payment for this, the reactivation fee is also covered, will be taken by CIMA on a case by case basis. So your registration reactivation fee is covered. Number two, your subscription for 1 year is covered. Your case study fees are covered. You'll also get a free attempt. This is only for the £2,000 package, where you'll get a free exam receipt for your case studies. So in case you fail your operation level or management or strategic level case study, you have the opportunity to resit that exam on the next intake free of charge. And in this package, Nanaska class fees is also inclusive for the competencies, for your assessments, how to do the assessments, what are the questions that's going to come, how to tackle them. If you have any doubts, how you can respond to them, our lecturers will guide you through that. Plus, the case study classes will also be given for you, all in one package. And £2,000, yes, sounds like a lot. So what we have done is we have taken the liberty and made it easy for you all. So we have three methods where you can pay. Number one, if you can pay in full, you can go for it. Number two, we have an installment payment plan through Nanaska, where you can make the first installment, which is £500. You make the second installment, which is 1,200, and the third installment of £300. The dates of all of these and when you can pay, I will send it to you via email as well for those on request. But you have to keep in mind that only after if you're going for the installment payment plan, only after you make the second installment, you'll be able to get access to the FLP platform. The third payment method is the education loan scheme, as rightfully Chandas also mentioned. What we do is we have partnered with certain banks like HNB and NDB Bank, where you'll be able to obtain the loan of the amount of £2,000, and you can finance up to 90% of your educational loan. So how this works is, if you're looking to get the HNB loan, you have to write to us requesting this. You send us your details. We will prepare the offer letter for you on behalf of you and communicate it with the bank. And the bank will contact you and get all the necessary details and begin the application process. Last but not least, once you're done with all the payments and you're ready to join our class, so after registering, we'll send you the class details, the class timetables, and you'll get the LMS access, which is the Learning Management System by Nanaska, and you'll be able to kickstart your CIMA journey. Last but not least, here are a few of the testimonials received and the students who have passed with us successfully under 10 months through the CGMA FLP route with Nanaska. I'd like to share with you a testimonial from one of the students.
Hello everyone, I'm proud and happy to share that I completed all three CIMA case study exams within 10 months. So a big thanks should go to Sana sir, Mark sir, and Nanaska team for guiding me throughout this journey. Actually, I'm really proud of choosing Nanaska because the way they guide us, all the mock exams I did before the exam, and also the one-to-one sessions they carried out were really supported me to got through these exams in my first attempt. So thank you, Nanaska, once again. And if you are someone who is looking for an institute for follow your Cima journey, I really recommend you to choose Nanaska because you will be able to win your journey for sure.
And there you have it. And with Nanaska, you can always smile with results. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and register for FLP at your own pace. You have the QR code and also the link available. I will share you more details, my email address as well. If you have any queries, any things that you want to know and clarify further about FLP, about Nanaska, or even if you need help with any other CIMA subjects, feel free to reach out. I think there was also one question where a student asked whether you need support for BA4. Yes, we can provide that for you. We have our certificate level classes going on, and we can cater and guide you to complete your BA4 exams. Without further ado, I hope that was all clear. I will now be ending my screen. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask right now.
So I think that clarifies a lot of things, guys. I mean, it's a easier path available. Uh, Either contact Shabir. I mean, Shabir is the best person. Or send us an email to info@nanaska.com. Or scan the barcode, and I think we can start to help you guys. Uh, if you want to clarify anything, you can talk to our team. My mobile number is there. Send me a WhatsApp message. I'll be able to kind of coordinate as well. Shabir, you have given your number as well, right?
Yes, sir. I'm typing it right now for everyone.
Okay, guys. So all the very best. Join with Nanaska. We'll ensure you get the best service. You'll get the very practical approach of doing things. That is what is needed by CIMA. Let's have some enjoyable sessions, and we'll ensure you become a better CEO with the work that you're going to do with us. All the very best. Shabir, credit card payments are accepted. That's not an issue, no?
That is accepted, sir.
Yeah. So that's a question asked. Okay, guys. All the very best. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you all for joining, and we hope you had an interesting session.
When
When the
do sessions come
sessions
in? There's another question.
We are starting classes on the 12th of August for the operation level, 19th of August for management level, and 26th of August for strategic level. Once you register, we will
So
be able to
12th
send you
August
all.
OCS, right? Just give the 3 days again because that's critical information.
We'll be starting operational classes on the 12th of August and management level competency classes on the 19th of August. Strategic level competency classes from 26th of August onwards.
Thank you very much, guys. Be in touch. You have my number. Send a message whenever you need. Thank you very much, guys. All the very best. Enjoy
Thank
life.
you
Enjoy
all.
your jobs. We'll be in touch.
Thank you all. Good night and take care.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Najishan. Thank you, Indranil. Thank you, Gal. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.